Hello, welcome to the His and Her Show with Jody
and Alex Misiak.
And today we're going to talk kind of into like what we've been leading up to over the last 3 weeks. So we talked about awareness, being aware of where you're at, accepting or at least thinking about accepting where you're at, and then really surrendering and letting go. So I kind of wanted to talk into what we kind of mentioned before, where it's support. Support helps us skyrocket our success. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what you want to succeed in life. If you want, like for when I was talking about in the self-love workshop, is it helps skyrocket your self-love journey, like really creating a deeper loving relationship. Like how do you do that? You get support. And it's like if you want to have a deeper relationship, you and I, Alex, like a couple wants a deeper relationship, you can get support. And what does that look like? It can be grandparents. It can be babysitter. It can be a nanny. It can be whatever it is to help support you. So like you and I can like
reconnect.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we go on like little coffee dates and stuff when the kids are gone, like we did today. Yeah. So it's about getting support. And it, like I said, it could be family. It can be friends. It can be professional support. If you're going through a hard time, a breakup, I definitely went and reached out for help through different times of my life to get support. And even with my business, getting support through that. And it can look like different things, like a business coach. It can be surrounding yourself, or a business coach, or like any kind of coach, depending on where you're at. Or it can be like, and now I'm part of a mompreneur group where it's other moms doing the same. Like we're all out there doing our own business and doing it while we're being a mom. So it's really just surrounding yourself with loving people that got your back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's anywhere in your life. So I don't know, what would you like to add to this?
So support sort of helps you with all of those other things we already talked about. Maybe not. Would you say it helps with everything or mostly just this?
That is exactly what I'm doing for my group coaching. So it actually starts September 17th, and I'm taking a group of women through all the stages we did over the week. So awareness, being aware, bringing awareness with love, because that's the big one. And I feel like that's where the support is needed the most. Because when we want to open up and like be aware of where we are, emotions can run high. That's when we can really beat ourselves up. Like, oh, I want to be further along, or I wish I would have done this, or why couldn't my life be different? Like there can be a lot of emotions come up, but that's why you need support. And it could be a coach like me, or it could be friend, family. The only thing I really encourage anybody listening is make sure that person has the best interest at heart. Like the best way to have support is somebody that will almost be neutral.
Yes.
Right? Like I cheer you on. I'm like your cheer squad. However, I won't judge. I never judge because you're at where you need to be. I lovingly accept you as you are so you can accept yourself lovingly as you are, right? Like, so I hold space. Mm-hmm. So some family members or friends may not got your back the way you need to get your back.
Yeah.
And then other people, you might have that, which is great. It's just being aware of who you're getting support from is the key there. But that's why I do what I do. And then with my group, it's not just one-on-one, right? It's a group of women. We all got each other's backs where we get to support one another. So like somebody might be going through something that I've never experienced, but somebody else in the group might. Mm-hmm. So it's all about that support, and it's a really cool thing. It's something I've really had a hard time with, so I'd love to talk about that actually, is we as women, now I can't speak for you, so maybe you can speak for the men, but for me, I always found it hard to ask for help. Like growing up, I didn't want to ask for help, and actually I feel now, because I grew up not asking for help, my family doesn't think I need help. So now I have to work extra hard to ask for help. Mm-hmm. Like I even remember like my mom just saying like, oh, that's not like you at all. Like they're assuming that I'm the same person I was years ago, but I've changed. I now feel comfortable asking for help. Mm-hmm. But like the other people in my life aren't used to me asking for help. So sometimes you might have that resistance. But the thing is, asking for help, I thought I would be weak, that I wasn't good enough. Like, oh, if I ask for help, that means that I can't do this on my own. Mm-hmm. So it actually, when I was coming up with this topic for this podcast, I was thinking about that song. Like I'm a rock, I'm an island.
Okay, yeah.
Like I isolated myself to the point where I thought I had to do everything in my life by myself. And it's what they call a lone wolf.
Right.
So I'm very much a lone wolf, and now I've started to venture out. So if anybody listening feels like you kind of shelter yourself, you don't really reach out, or maybe you reach out a little bit on social media, but you don't really, go and ask for help or socialize like other people do, know that you're not alone. I'm a lone wolf too. And then but you can find a happy medium. You can go out and see people and actually still have time for yourself and go in. But know that you don't need to do it all alone. Whatever area of life you need support in, because we all do need support.
Yeah, and there are people out there to support you. They're there.
And actually, one of the best things, and I'm working on this myself, is just being open for help. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like being open and knowing, and then obviously you'll probably most likely have to ask for it, but it's just being open to whatever area you need support in.
Yeah, and being open is important because someone new may enter your life that can help you. And
if you're not
open, you won't see it. Right, and that's key. That is key. And I want to talk briefly about knowing, like we're talking about building a support network, or just maybe it's just for now, maybe when you start out small, maybe just one person that can provide you with support. And the kind of person you're looking for is someone who isn't necessarily going to try and protect you, because you don't want that. You won't grow, right? If you because that's, if I'm going to be honest and share a little bit, my family is amazing, but they're very much about like protection. So if I were to go to them for some kind of help, and this has happened in the past, it's we got to protect you, right? And
which is, in a way, it's kind of a human
of course, got to protect. You got to protect. Of course. It's how we survive as a species. Exactly. But this is the kind of stuff, like when you're struggling with these kinds of issues, or you need support for a new business venture or help with your kids, or that, you don't want protection. You want someone to sort of be like, okay, I'm here to help you. I'm gonna not judge, and I'm going to help you through this rather than try and protect you from it.
Yes.
Because that doesn't work. You're not going to grow, and it'll still be there.
That's what I mean about getting the right support. Exactly. And like I said, it can be friends, family. Like, I'm not just talking about professional support. I'm just talking about, going to the right people for what you need. Because it can feel then like when you go, here you go, like, oh, okay, Jody said, go ask for help. And then you go ask for help, and you ask I don't want to say the wrong person, but maybe not the best person to ask for help. And then it doesn't really feel like it worked because, like you said, you're asking somebody that might protect you from it instead of help you grow through it.
Yeah, that's one side. And on the other side, you ask someone for help. They agree to help you, but what they're actually doing is they're sabotaging you. And they're not doing it on purpose necessarily. It's just because they have their own healing to do.
And their own beliefs that are holding them back. Their own beliefs
that have them where they are, and they're going to try and solve your problems the way they think they've solved their problems, and that's not going to work because we're all individuals. We all have to work through our own
and that's why I said neutral.
Issues. Yes, you
need that's neutral.
That's why it's hard to find a neutral family member, I think, but it's possible. It all depends on where
I really feel like
your people are.
It really is. Like, I definitely know some people that do it well with family.
Yeah.
But they've done a lot of work on themselves. Like, these people that I have in my mind that are like, I can personally have seen them go through their own family steps, have done a lot of work on themselves. So it's about, the ego gets in the way. We all act and that's where fear comes in. And then when a lot of the time when people want to help us, their own stuff, their own baggage comes in to help us. So that's why anybody that's been taught to kind of neutralize, sure, when I talk to clients and stuff, I'll share my stories, but it's only so they know that I'm real, I'm human, and two, it's so demonstrating different things. But that's one of the big things for me as a coach too. I'm not telling anybody what to do. Mm-hmm. There's definitely some inner work to be done, but it's leaving me out of the equation, because guess what? I'm not in your life. I'm not, obviously I'd love to be on your journey, but it's not my life to live. So it's really just finding those people. And I know like you can probably have some really good friends that can be like that as well. Family can be tricky though, because they just, see you as family, and it can be a challenge.
Yeah, it's gonna be either fall on one of the two, or they're gonna end up sabotaging you, not because they want to, just because they're bringing their own stuff to the table, and that's not gonna help you either.
So it's just really, you can even find local groups. Like I'm part of a meetup. So if you're in Kitchener-Waterloo, I do a self-love meetup, and we are meeting up. Actually, it's September, so we actually start meeting up twice a month now, hopefully, if all goes well, once in the day and once in the evening. So if you're local, cool, you can join us. If not, search meetup groups. They're all across, I know in the States and here, I think it's across the world, though.
There's got to be, there's something.
There's a lot of places now, so you can look for groups, and I don't mean it just has to be self-love. It can be any group that you want to be a part of, and those are great places to go. Another one where I go to is the Mamapreneur group. Now, that is only in Canada. It's across Canada, I believe. I don't think it's in the U.S. Anyways, so it's about finding it's all about what works for you and what kind of support you need. It's just know that there are different levels and degrees of support.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to do what feels right with who you are. And that's one of the reasons I actually offer a free one-on-one call to anybody that would like to be coached, either one-on-one by me or in a group call, because we need to know that we work together. Like, I don't want to just take on anybody. I'm not about just having numbers. I'm here to help. And if you and I don't work, then, I don't just take anybody on.
Yeah, you don't just take somebody's money.
Exactly. It's about what works for both sides. So if I'm not what you need, and you're not what I usually coach, then it has to be a good fit. Actually, I always say perfect fit, even though there's no really such thing as perfect. But just both sides have to feel good, and I think that should be anywhere in your life. And that still goes with psychologists. Who did we see? What was that? What doctor was that? Way back.
A psychiatrist.
It also goes with that. I don't know how they work exactly. You can have one appointment. I would see if you could do a meetup beforehand. I'm not sure if that's what they do, but I dropped one like it's hot way back because I had the yucky, icky feelings after meeting with this person. So do what feels good. Like I've had other ones before in the past. So you got to do what feels good. And if it doesn't feel good, get out. Now, there's feeling, I should put this in, because there are times where I work with clients and I will make you feel slightly uncomfortable. Not in like the icky, gross, uncomfortable, but to grow, we're going to get out of your comfort zone a little. And that can make you feel a little uncomfortable. And that's what a good coach will do, is make you feel uncomfortable, but not in an icky way. So don't let fear also judge who you're seeing. Like I had to go deep and make sure we were dropping off that psychologist for a good reason. I actually talked to other friends and got inputs and stuff as well before making the decision. But it's just know that don't let your fear get in the way of moving forward with support as well. Yep. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yep.
So
because it was generally when you were also looking for support, for whether it be help around the house, help with the kids, help with some issue, like for example when I talked earlier about fear and anxiety. I've talked earlier about but
what you will be talking about.
You bring I've talked about it in the past as well.
Oh, okay.
You bring yourself to the table too, so you've got your own ego and your own baggage and that kind of stuff, and that could potentially affect how you see your potential support people. So definitely take the time to listen to what's inside, to decide, okay, yes, this person is providing me, or we are going to support each other, or this person is going to support me in the way that I need to be supported. And that may make you feel uncomfortable, but it shouldn't make you feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'd like to add, if it is professional support of whatever means it is, especially if you're paying for it, do not hesitate to ask any questions beforehand. Mm-hmm. They should be, for me, like I said, I literally make sure it's a good fit. And if there's they don't let you have that space, I wouldn't really, like, I don't know how some of the professionals, but at least let's go with the coaching world, because I don't know much about other than being on the guest side. I don't know, like the client side of things for
psychiatry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I would ask questions.
Absolutely. And I guess the upside to when you're looking for professional support is there's a lot of people in town playing that game. So if you don't like one, you can find another one.
Well, we can't speak for everybody. We live it where it's like, I shouldn't say you can throw a rock and you'll land at one, but because I actually don't know where they all are located. But you don't know where people are. Like, they could be in a small town where there's only one.
Fair enough.
But there are a lot of things online now as well, where you can talk via phone and things like that. And that's what I do. I actually do it via phone.
That's true as well. The world is getting smaller. So if you don't have like physical access to the kind of professional support you need, there's probably virtual access.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any questions about where you could look for support, you can always message us too. And we could...
Mm-hmm. info@jodymisiak.com. Right.
And this way, like, we might be able to point you in the right direction. I know some, especially if you're local, because I know quite a few people in different areas. And I'm not just talking about like mental support. I'm talking about like just, you have to remember I have a whole pile of mamapreneurs that I get to meet. So like in all different areas. Like we had Kim on, who does, helps you sell your home.
Yep.
So like there's just so many cool things. So, and then if we don't know, we can always ask other people. And it's really cool how, like you said, how small the world is. So if you have anything, just please don't hesitate to ask us. And we're happy to at least try and direct you in the right direction. Worst case, that we're like, oh, sorry, we actually don't know yet, but we'll try to find you an answer.
Networking is important. Mm-hmm. That's when you're trying to build your support your own support network. Mm-hmm. Got to network. So even if the people you initially talk to aren't going to be the ones who ultimately support you, maybe they can help you get to the people that will. So, and
again, it's all about don't hesitate to ask, right?
Yeah.
Like for us, we are going to have to at some point start looking for a babysitter. Our kids are a really good age. I've kind of held off because Jay didn't, when he wasn't sleeping through the night. It's like, well, there's no way we're going out and then I have to be up in the middle of the night with him. That didn't sound like a fun date. And then, come home and have to. So we're at that point though now where we could. So it's going out and asking, because I personally like references. Mm-hmm. So it's about asking, right? We're not going to get anybody to be like, hey, guess what? We have this perfect babysitter for you. They're not just going to come up to us and tell us. We need to ask.
Yep.
So it's about asking. Ask for help. Ask for support. Okay? And know that you are deserving of the support.
Yes, absolutely.
You're amazing and you matter. So we hope that this helped you. And never hesitate to even reach out to us. So we hope you have a beautiful day.
Bye for now.